I'm here to do a series of videos that I hope will help you with different technical aspects of exporting. But before we even move to that, I can hear a number of you saying, but Clive, why should we bother in the first place? We're doing okay, we've got our market in the UK, there's a big risk when we go overseas. We don't know how to deal in those languages and cultures, and we don't know how to get paid, what we do about IPR and all those risks, and we're frightened about how to go. Why on earth should we bother? Well, look at the rest of my videos to see answers to many of those questions. But I come here as somebody who has been an exporter all his life. I've worked in international businesses. I can very clearly tell you that those businesses are simply better businesses. They look after their people, they invest more in their people, they invest more in their technology, they invest more in their plant and equipment. So instinctively, I've always known that international businesses are better businesses. But what we really needed was something that put a value to that. So we did a lot of research, and the most recent research we did was with Glasgow University, a couple of professors, Professors Harris and Lee. And I'm going to come up with an acronym. If you look at the other videos, I'm fond of acronyms, but I'll give you one anyway. But I think the first figure that you need to know is that they established was that the first year of exporting for businesses, when they get started, they receive, on average, a 34% boost to their long run productivity. Now that's a fantastic figure in itself. Think about it. A 34% boost to your long run productivity in your first year of exporting. That means, and here's my acronym, that exporting businesses go far, FAR. They become more flexible, they become more agile, and they become more resilient. Why is that? Well, I'm going to have to use an economist's phrase. Businesses that export grow their absorptive capacity. Now, what does that mean? It's simply a phrase that means you become more flexible, you become more agile, you become a learning organization. You're able to adapt and to change your products and services depending on different market conditions, different tastes, different fashions. And when you've grown that absorptive capacity, that allows you to become much more productive. So you're able to get better value out of your labor, out of your materials, out of your overheads, out of your energy, to convert that into the ultimate real thing that your finance director wants to know, as you will become more profitable. So you grow that productive capacity, you grow your ability to adapt and to change. Now, what's the second thing that I need to tell you? Businesses that export are much more resilient. They're 12% more resilient on average. I'm not particularly a gambling man. I'm a £2.50 each way on a race man. But if I were a gambling man and somebody offered me 12% better odds, I'd take it in a flash. Well, exporting allows you to do that. What does it mean? It means that businesses that export are able to balance their capacity. They're able to balance the risk better. They're better able to stay in business through difficult times. Because if one market is up, another market is down, you're able to balance that out. You're able to do more in this market, maybe allowing for less in that. And if you have a spread of risk, you're able to see to be able to smooth out the peaks and troughs of demand. So you'll become much more resilient in the long run. So you become more productive, you become more resilient. Businesses that export are more innovative, something like 70% more innovative than firms that aren't. Our measure of innovation is that if you're selling products or services that have been developed in the last 2 or 3 years right now, a decent percentage, it's something like 30-40% of your sales from that, then you're an innovative firm, you're much more innovative. Now, that is true in bucket loads of businesses that export, because all the time you're putting yourself in the competition. You're opening yourself up to the competition from overseas markets. You're able to adapt and to change, and if you do that adapting and that changing, you become much more innovative. Ultimately, businesses that export do 3 times as much R&D as firms that don't export. So you have much more research and development, in turn leading to your innovation, in turn leading to your ability to survive through difficult times, your resilience, and that grows your absorptive capacity, your ability to be a learning company, and that moves you into being much more productive. And of course, the real benefit is that you put all of that into practice, and you become more profitable. So you put all of that together, you become more profitable. And a final point, the lessons that you learn in exporting that we found out are fantastic, are that all of those lessons you learn, you'll be able to put into practice in your home market. And believe me, that every business that exports starts to do more in its home market as well. So it's a fantastic thing to get involved in. You will become more profitable, you'll become more productive, but above all, it's fun. Exporting is fun, as Harold Macmillan said in the 1950s. It's fun to this day. I've had a ball. I never want to change a single moment of my life. But don't just, listen to me and don't just take my word for it. Look at the reports. Have a look at my other videos in this series. Think about how you can overcome some of those issues you might have thought about, and then let's get started.